Okay, you're watching this video when it's 2025, but it's still 2024. It is December 31st, 2024. Last day of the year. Happy New Year again. You're hearing me say this again, but I wanted to share with you that I sold a big CD lot on eBay. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I accumulated quite a lot of CDs over the past couple of years, and I was putting aside certain ones that were from certain CD sets or CD series. And this is the now, now that's what I call music set. So I have 58 of them. 58 is what's in this stack. So there's a lot that are not numbered. You can see there's like Christmas ones, and there's ones that say, now that's what I call club hits, and that's what I call country, that's what I call Disney, Princess Disney, etc. But I have 1 through 18, and then a bunch more. You can just see the numbers there, but there's 58 in total. The newest one is 63. They're past 100 at this point, but it doesn't matter. I sold this lot for, which is 58 of them, for $199.99 plus shipping. This is one of those examples of a certain particular CD set that I would recommend building, because they do go for some really good money. So if you are buying in bulk, either pallets, mixed media, Gaylords, or you're just buying like locally, on local apps, etc., and you're getting through a lot of CDs, seeing like hundreds, if not thousands of them, definitely a month, if not a week, you're gonna for sure come across these. And I would put them to the side and put together a nice, healthy, large eBay lot, and you can sell it for good money. So this is definitely one of them that's going on the list. So I recommend it too. The more you can get, the better. I had 58 of them. If I had 30 of them, it's worth it. If you have 40 of them, it's worth it. And maybe like 10 is not worth it unless you have like 1 through 10 or 20 through 30 or something like that. But I would say around 20, 25 and up is a decent amount, size for this lot. But, I almost had 60. That's quite a lot of them. If you can get 100 together or more, even better. You can get some really good money for them. Individually, very few of them are going to be worth money, but as a lot, they can go for some good profit. As to how you should pack a big CD lot like this, I think that people have different ways of going about it, but I would recommend getting either some bubble wrap like this to pad some of it, pad the bottom, pad the sides, pad around it. Use either bubble wrap or this type of paper that I get from recycling dumpsters. I don't pay for it, but you can buy it as well. And really pack around the CDs. Make sure lots of padding. Also, not making sure that it's tight in there. That they're not moving around. You don't want the CDs moving around, the jewel cases moving around and smacking into each other, because that's an easy way to shatter them, break them. Probably not going to get a broken disc that way, but you definitely can destroy or really crack the bust up the jewel cases, the plastic jewel cases. So make sure they don't move around that much. Yeah, just pad them in there. And I don't understand people that just throw them in. Well, not throw them in, but put them in and they're loose and they're moving around. Do not do that. Put padding on the bottom, in between the layers, on top, on the sides, just to make sure. Like, I got this box that's pretty big for the amount of CDs I have, but I'll have enough room to pack it in there, to pad it, make sure it doesn't move around. So lots of padding, make sure they don't move around. On the sides of the box, it already says fragile, so I would put, if it doesn't say fragile, I would recommend writing fragile media. You can also write handle with care. Thankfully, this already says fragile, handle with care, but most of the time they don't. But that's what I write on the side, and I found that percentage of them getting damaged has gone down dramatically since I started doing that a few years ago. When I didn't write anything on the side of boxes when I was shipping CDs, they would often really get busted up, and people would get them and they'd say, "Oh, it looks like someone opened the box," which sometimes the UPS or post office does. But when you write on the side, it seems to work. People seem to treat it better. It's worked for me. Let me know if that's worked for you as well. Here are the CDs packed up, and let's see that nothing moves around. Nothing is sliding or anything like that. So also wow, I can't think right now. Probably because I'm hungry. Scored. There you go. I scored the box all the way around and folded it over to make it smaller. So what I have ends up happening is I have 4 different flaps that come down, which provides a whole lot of padding on top of the CDs from the top, right? So in case some numbnuts drops it or anything like that. And then I'll put some padding on top here, some of this, which isn't that much, but a little bit as well. Here is the rest of what's sold. Do you guys like the what's sold videos? Hopefully. I like to talk about what's sold just to share the kind of stuff that you can sell as a media seller. Hopefully you like them. These 2 books sold on Amazon, merchant fulfilled, obviously not FBA. So I list them and then store them myself and then ship them myself versus FBA, which is fulfilled by Amazon, which means that you list them, put them in a box, ship them to a warehouse that Amazon designates, wait until they arrive, wait until they're unpacked and put on the shelves there, then they go live, and then when they sell, Amazon ships it for you. And if there's any issues with customer service, they deal with that, returns or whatever the problems may or may not be, and then you get a portion of the sale. But these are all merchant fulfilled. So this one sold for $9, selected letters of Friedrich Nietzsche, and then $9, and then this one sold for $12.35. Yeah. So combined, that is what, 21 bucks and change between the 2 of them. So not much, but at least it's something. And I keep on making some sales on Amazon, not a ton, but some. And then these here are all the rest of my eBay sales, individual eBay sales. This is a bit more of a spicy one called Hot Club California that I got on a trade back in September of this year. And it sold for $20.99 plus shipping. That to me would be worth looking up just by looking at the cover and considering I've never heard of Hot Club California before. And also it says EROS there on the side. Those are all indicators of me to take a look at it. And it took a few months to sell, but it did sell. About 3 months? 10, yeah, about 3 months, a little more than 3 months to sell. A nice sale there. Someone came into the store, customer, and we did a trade. This one was a buy that I made all the way back in 2022. This one sold for $21. What is it? $21 plus shipping. Ben Harper, Rocky Mountain High. You may or may not know who Ben Harper is, the singer. He's actually from the city that I live in, and they have they have a store there. But anyway, that's a side note. So that one sold for $21. This one sold for $29.99. This one here is the Black Arrow by Robert Louis Stevenson. This was a donation. This one sold for $25 plus shipping. I think, let's see. Yeah, this has the insert here, the Reader's Digest. This is a Reader's Digest copy. Reader's Digest, the world's best reading. If it has the pamphlet, it'll be worth more money. And a lot of these, I think all of them actually originally came with the pamphlets. And this is one of those from this Reader Digest series that actually sells for decent money individually. A lot of them don't. We just have to look them up and figure out which ones do, which ones don't, that kind of thing. I think that came from a big donation. I think that was from the same one that I remember I just had that sale a little less than a week ago of 36 books for over $200. I think this was with that same donation. Not 100% sure, but I believe so. All right, so I also had obviously I had the CD sale, the CD lot sale. I'm glad to get these as the year comes to an end, these sales, keep stuff moving. Listed some stuff this morning, some books, a couple of records. And I just want to say about Amazon, as a last little tidbit at the end of this video, is I will keep selling on Amazon. I mean, as long as nothing goes wrong with my account, knock on wood, right? knock on wood. I've had that account a long time. You know, I'm going to still keep doing merchant fulfilled. The Amazon app is great. Or I'm sorry, the third party app I use is great that pulls information from Amazon because I'm able to figure out or see on one screen how often a book is selling, how much it's going for, how many offers there are, the sales rank, all that kind of stuff. So it gives me a real quick snapshot of a particular book or a CD. It could be a CD as well. It could be a VHS tape, but it's typically only books and CDs that I look up on Amazon. And sometimes they'll just make more sense. Like these books wouldn't be worth it for me to list them on eBay and take pictures of them and all of that when I can sell them on Amazon. Again, I didn't sell them for that much money, but at least I can still sell them and make a little bit off of it. But yeah, I will keep selling on Amazon and keep using their tools. There's some books that I come across, that are really good to sell on Amazon. But the thing is, like recently I came across, 6 or 7 books that made a lot of sense for Amazon. However, they're low ranks. They are not super high profit, but they're like $20 to $30 books, kind of a deal. And the ranks are really good. It's selling pretty regularly. I've listed them already weeks ago. Still haven't sold. Why? Well, because you have to battle with all of the blind, humanless, automated repricing that a lot of the, whether it's a big reseller like a Goodwill or a thrift books or somebody else that's a really big seller, that they have an automatic repricer, or it's a smaller seller like me that just has applied their rules and they're undercutting every time that you go down, that kind of thing. So even though those are really good books and I priced them well, within minutes or hours, I'm not the lowest offer anymore. And so it's going to take longer to sell. So I haven't figured out the repricing situation. Maybe one day I will. But that's kind of the downside, right, to Amazon, is if you don't have an automatic repricer or you're not in there every day repricing, which I was doing for a while, repricing a little bit each day. I remember I talked about that in the videos, spending 5 to 10 minutes, and I may or may not go back to that. It just feels like it's not worth it though, because I do keep selling every week. I just don't sell that many on there. It feels like my time is better spent, putting it into eBay and putting it into my local business. So if you are selling on Amazon, great, only on Amazon, but I'd recommend selling on eBay as well to be able to sell a larger amount of media. I know people like the convenience of Amazon in terms of not having to take pictures and scanning stuff in real quick and listing it fast, which you can do with Merchant Fulfilled, which is why I like Merchant Fulfilled, because it's essentially eBay, but on Amazon. You just don't have to take the pictures, which is great. But again, you still have to battle the whole, the war of lowest priced wins. That's all people care about, buyers and sellers. That's my two cents. Happy New Year again. Hope you're getting some sales even as the year comes to an end. See you in the next video. Take care.